You know, people are looking at floor plans, and sometimes it's real difficult to get a really good idea as to how that space is going to feel once you enter it. And I think this is one of those units that, from a floor plan standpoint, isn't nearly as attractive as it is when you actually are able to get into the space. You get a really nice, spacious U-shaped kitchen, and then you've got a real living space here then as well.
I've seen people raising concerns about this small nook here. When you stand in it,
It's practical.
you can think of a lot of very functional uses to it. It could be a desk area, it could just be a little sitting reading area.
Correct.
Got a lot of glass, a lot of light.
Yeah, again, I think that, and it varies from where you're at in the building. Some will have full wall glass walls, whereas the north elevation has the upturned beams with the knee wall here, which again, I think helps serve the purposes of the space and furnishing it.
When I look through the floor plans, the plans appear small. But
Right.
when you stand in the room here, and we're in the bedroom, you get an entirely different feeling because you have wall windows, you have a window opening onto the balcony, and you have the volume
Right.
of the ceiling. So it's a completely different feel than the floor plan would give you.
They are indeed, and you know, a lot of the spaces we try to incorporate the closets outside of the actual bedroom itself, which again gives you 3 functional walls rather than, you know, only 2. So it gives you a lot of flexibility.
Even one functional wall is more than you find in many
Right.
floor plans
Right.
today, Scott. So
That's correct.
That's one of my main criticisms, and here you do have functional walls.
Right. And we are in the process, we'll be creating probably 10 to 12 furnished models here as we get closer to completion, which again, we anticipate probably April, May timeframe, which will be one step further to really giving prospective buyers the opportunity to see how the spaces can really be utilized with furnishings.
One of the real concerns that buyers have that we hear out there, and the brokers are expressing too, is financing.
Right.
Do you have any special financing arrangements to help people qualify?
Well, again, we are dealing with some of the better lenders, including Wells Fargo, Chase, guaranteed rate. But more importantly, we've actually gone through the process of securing FHA financing for this building. In doing so, it provides a lot more flexibility for a vast majority of buyers to get better programs, better financing, better rates.
With a 3% down deal still on FHA?
Right now we're at 10%.
10%?
There is a possibility that the building will be approved at 3.5%, but as of today, it will be 10%.
Okay. Not the 20 that everybody's moaning and whining about.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, financing today is very different than it was a year ago, no question about it. We are still, we've got a few units left over at 1720 South Michigan in the South Loop, and we really haven't had issues getting qualified buyers financing. Again, the expectation normally is that they need to be prepared with 10%. However, at 1720, we did get FHA financing, and we will be at 3.5% here in March.
What kind of credit scores are you looking at? Do you know, because there have been these fear factors of 780 or above, or
well,
1920 or whatever people are.
Yeah, I think that again, FHA really takes the credit score out of the equation considerably. For conventional financing, you know, you really need to be above that 720 in order to get the best possible rates.
So 720, not 740, not 780.
You know, buyers that have lower than 720 still are able to qualify. They're simply going to be paying a little bit more, whether it be points or on the actual end rate. Here we go, look at this. I think this here is already sold out. Now this was one of our most efficient one bedrooms, and again this one sold very, very quickly. In fact, we don't have any of these residences available at this point. But one of the things it does demonstrate is how fantastic these southern views are and how much light you get into these spaces. So we are facing south here, and you can also get a sense of how these cantilever balconies are being finished. It's a pretty unique railing system that they've incorporated.
I've got us locked in here, so we can't go out on the balconies. Sign that somebody's paying attention. Who's your contractor? Somebody's paying attention to detail.
Yeah, Bovis. Bovis is overseeing the project, and indeed they are.
Because I don't see those balcony locks in most places.
No, in fact, usually you just see the flip switches, but they've done a really good job. I mean, you can even see how clean they're keeping these spaces during construction. It's one of the cleaner sites that I've seen.
Always a sign of a good contractor when it's clean.
But you can see in the south, all the units on the south side of the building are similar here, where you've got the full height floor-to-ceiling windows. And again, the difference being that you have a cantilever balcony extending off the facade of the building with the perforated metal enclosure there.
Where are you seeing your buyers coming in from? Are they already in the area, or are they coming from a lot of different directions?
Yeah, we've got a lot of buyers from the South Loop. There's even some North Siders, but we've had a lot of suburban buyers.
This is the North Side still.
Well, I mean, I'm talking like Lincoln Park, Lakeview. I mean, up in that area.
Yeah.
So that's
South Loop isn't the South Side yet.
No.
You can still come down here and not feel like you're a traitor to the Cubbies here.
I would totally agree, and I think you've seen a lot of it over the last couple of years. Surprisingly, a lot of people that were renting or had bought small places up on the north side of town have really seen the value of the South Loop and what it embodies. Parks, conveniences.
Retail's coming along strongly.
It's coming along strong. The restaurants have really established themselves well in the South Loop.
Well, in this part of the South Loop, I mean, we're really on the edge of the financial district. We're not in what most people think of as the
We're on the convergence of the South Loop, the West Loop, and the Loop proper.
We're really just at 4th to the south here.
Exactly.
So it's really, I think it's more of a loop than...
It would be. I think, though, you still have a lot of the conveniences that are associated with the South Loop and the West Loop.
Okay.
You know, but we're 2 blocks away from the Board of Trade, Sears Tower. I mean, we're really in close proximity to, you know, those places where a lot of the population work.
And walking distance.
Very close to convenience, yeah.
Mitchell's for breakfast. Easy walk to, people aren't focused on Union Station over there if they're commuting somewhere.
Very much so. And plus, for those individuals that don't have automobiles, we are making arrangements. We'll have 2 parking spaces in the garage that will be dedicated to a program such as IGO,
Okay.
where they can, you know, sign up for the program and have access to that car when they might need it.